All right, and now moving ahead, looking ahead to the ladies' event.
The Olympic athletes from Russia have been struggling sort of across the board in these games, so there's going to be quite a bit of pressure on the ladies, Zagitova and Medvedeva. What do you have to say about them? Do they seem ready? Do they seem up to that challenge?
Yeah, Charlie, no, I think it's going to be all about those two ladies you mentioned, Medvedeva and Zagitova. They're sharing practice ice here. Of course, they're going to be in the final group tomorrow for the short program. It's interesting. One of our researchers here on the ground got a rare interview with Ituri Tutberidze. She's the famed coach who has worked with these young Russian girls now for years, really bringing them up in a program that's been unbeatable. But I will say, I got to see them on the practice ice together yesterday, and you guys, they are throwing out all those triples. There's some 3-jump combos, some 2-jump combos. You can kind of watch them eye each other on the ice. They really are going to, we hope, throw down, but it really will be about the two of them in this event, Charlie.
We will preview the ladies' competition, which begins tomorrow. We will talk about the top athletes to watch and what each one brings to the ice. Welcome back to Olympic Ice, presented by Toyota. I'm Krista Voda. But the last event of figure skating, we're not done yet, the ladies' competition. So let's look ahead to the ladies' short program. We're expecting a battle for gold once again, this time between the Olympic athletes from Russia, Evgenia Medvedeva and Alina Zagitova. Each brings something very different to the ice. Charlie, what should we look for with them?
Well, I think, so often what we're going to be talking about with the Russian skaters, their triples, their triples, their consistency, where they put the jumps in their program. I mean, they're really going to have to milk every technical point out of their programs. And I think just based on, their talent, they're really able to also bring the component scores along with those technical scores.
Yeah, they really have a lot to offer. And here we see Alina Zagitova. She has been stunning us not only with her consistency and her artistry, but the difficulty of where she places all the elements in her programs. I mean, Christy, she puts everything in the long at the end of her program, yeah, second half?
Yes, I mean, and that takes incredible stamina, and the training is pretty intense when you need to reserve, not really reserve, but really be going full steam ahead at the 4-minute mark. But she trains so hard, her and Medvedeva train together, so they continually push each other, and sometimes that's a good thing. You're seeing what your closest competitor is doing, and they seem to feed off of that, so we're just going to see them battle it out.
I love hearing Nick McCarville talking about their practice sessions, even at the Olympics, where they're like watching each other. Oh, you're going to do triple? I'm going to do triple. No, I mean, they just try to up each other a little bit, and it kind of reminds you of when we were all kids and you play like add-on or something, and you just keep trying to outdo each other.
Well, it's so interesting to see, too, going from the dance event where the top 2 teams in the world at the Olympics train together, now on to the ladies' event where it's sort of the same thing. So I wonder,
and the men's event,
yeah, not quite the top 2, but first and third. So yeah. It's like, hey, if you want to win the Olympics, I guess just train with someone that's really good.
Yeah, it obviously makes you better, and it kind of chisels that desire to win. And as we look ahead to the ladies, both the short and free skates, here's a unique way to show the percentage of the technical score earned by each kind of element in the program composition.
Hey, it's another delicious pie. All right. So what I love here, okay, we're looking at the elements of the ladies' short program, and we're seeing the percentage of the technical score that each element group gets. So jumps getting 56%, the lion's share of the technical score, step sequences 14%, and spins the remaining 30% of the score. So that's how the elements are weighted. Now, let's take a look at another delicious pie.
And this is what the time it takes to do each of those elements.
So the whole circle here is the time of the program, 2 minutes and 50 seconds for the short program. And you can see jumps, which made up 56% of the technical score, only take up 5% of the total time. Half a second for each jump. Step sequences, 23%, spins, 24%. The remaining 48%, that half a pie, is choreography. That's everything else that's in your program between the elements, transitions. That's where the majority of all the component scores come from. Skating skills, artistry, interpretation, all that lovely stuff that we like to talk about in abstracts. It's in between the elements, but really amazing. the most points, the least amount of time.
I called it Alaska. It's like the largest state with the smallest population. Yeah. That's my way to compare it.
Yeah, and you just see with that graphic how one little slip up in a split second, especially in the short program where you have 7 required elements, how that can be so devastating to your overall mark.
Well, and it brings some perspective too. I mean, to the pressure that you have in those moments, especially as a single skater, you know, it's just like if you, like you said, just a little bit of a brain fart and it's just everything out the window. And we expect the level to be so high, not going to be a lot of room for mistakes even on half a percentage of the time that your entire program takes.